Welcome back to the Protest Sports NFL Network. It's your boy Tone. Get a tech. I'm back with another video. If I get so glory to God, if I got to turn our guys open doors and pay with people know all my Lord Jesus Christ name. Pretty much today's video. I'm here at the NFL, and today we're going to be another sneak preview of the 2026 NFL season. As we are now going to break down the AFC West division. I'm gonna give you guys my I'm not gonna give no predictions today. But I will give you guys, key arrivals, key departures, stuff like that for each team. And why do I think this team can be successful in 2026? And I might utilize how I think the division will lay out, like when it comes to first to last. I won't give records. I won't give record predictions. I think that'll be something later on after training camp, as we get closer to the NFL season. But let's start with the division champions and the number one seed in the AFC playoffs in 2025, the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos had a really, really pretty quiet offseason. They only really made one big move. And then one big move was to trade for wide receiver Jalen Waddle from the Miami Dolphins. They acquired him for a first and third round pick, first and fourth round pick swap. So the Dolphins and Broncos swapped fourth round picks. They got a first round pick in exchange for Jalen Waddle. I think that's a huge move. I don't think when you make a conference championship, you have to make 1,000 moves, especially a younger team like the Broncos. Bo Nix is on a rookie contract. They got players like Cortland Sutton who aren't old yet. I think he just turned 30. He's not old. Nick Benito ain't old yet. Like, he's not old. I think he's in the 20s, mid-20s. These guys aren't old. So that being said, it's not a super old football team. And these guys can continue to mesh and mold together. RJ Harvey's a very young running back. Having Ingram getting up there in a little bit of age at tight end position, but the offensive line is relatively younger as well. So the Broncos are a very good football team. I expect them to be right back in that AFC Championship discussion. And I do believe that they are going to be a really good team going forward because of what they bring to the table. So the Broncos are going to definitely be a tough team, and there'll be nothing to play with. They should be probably a top 3 seed in the AFC playoffs if everything does shake out the way I think it's going to shake out. That's how I feel about the Broncos. Now, the next team is the Chargers. So I don't think the Broncos lost any critical players. I don't think. I can check their draft class real quick, see who the Broncos draft class is sitting on. They didn't have a first round pick, obviously, because of the Jalen trade. Let's see what they did. So, okay, they had a nice draft class, given they didn't have a first round pick. They didn't pick until pick 66. That was Tyler Omididum, defensive tackle out of Texas A&M. They drafted Jordan Coleman out of Washington. I love that pickup as well. Justin Jolly out of NC State, the tight end. I like that pickup. They drafted 2 tight ends. I thought it's very, very weird, but another topic for another day. They didn't really lose any players at all, not that I know of. Because they lost 3 players that were notable. So they did lose John Franklin Myers to the Tennessee Titans on a 3-year deal. They did lose PJ Locke to the Cowboys, and they did lose Cody Barton. So Cody Barton is definitely a bigger loss. I thought it would be coming from the Commanders. He actually kind of revitalized his career in Denver. John Franklin Myers is definitely the biggest loss, but I think it's not a critical loss. Like what they had improved on offense with Jalen Waddle, I think that kind of offsets that when it comes to the loss of John Franklin Myers. But I do expect the team to be a top 3 to 4 seed in the AFC playoffs when everything is said and done. So that's the Broncos. Get to the Chargers real quick. Their number one acquisition to me was the offensive coordinator. Mike McDaniel is going to do numbers for this offense. I think he's going to maximize the wide receiver position. I think he's going to maximize Justin Herbert's play style. And he's going to maximize the running back room with Marion Hampton and Kamani Vidal and all those guys. What's that tight end's name? The young tight end. I love that young tight end too. He has a ton of upside. I forgot his name. Shoot. But now let's look at the LA Chargers draft class. But their number one acquisition to me is Mike McDaniel. I think that was huge. Greg Roman was not a good coordinator. It was good. It was time to move on from him. I'm glad they did. So they did pick 8 players in this draft. They picked 2 offensive guards, a center, a tackle, a safety. A safety I like a lot, by the way, and a defensive tackle, and 1 wide receiver. So they drafted Akeem Mentador with the edge rusher, by the way, from Miami. I love that pickup a lot. I think that's going to be a really, really good pickup for them. They did lose Odafe Owe. They did lose Odafe Owe to a free agency to the Washington Commanders. So they needed a new edge rusher to replace Odafe Owe. And I think Mentador is going to be a perfect fit to replace a guy like Odafe Owe. And he'll probably be the number 1 passer on this team once Khalil Mack hangs it up. Jake Slaughter, center / guard. It did pick up Tyler Biadasz in free agency from the Washington Commanders, as the Commanders did cut Tyler Biadasz due to not living up to his contract status, and the Chargers immediately gave him a 3-year deal with the same amount of money he was getting from Washington. So that's pretty funny. But yeah, Jake Slaughter can play guard or center. So if someone happened to Tyler Biadasz in, Jay Slaughter can step in and play center. I think he'll be probably the left guard for this starting lineup. You draft the guy in the second round, he's going to start, obviously. And he'll probably start in left or right guard. Probably your starting left guard. So I like that pickup a lot. And also go play center in a pinch. So good pickup there. Brennan Thompson, 4th round pick, the 5th overall pick in the 4th round, pick 105 out of Mississippi State. I like Brennan Thompson. I think he's going to be a nice addition to his wide receiver room. I expect a guy like Trey Harris to step up this year. Quinn Johnson took a huge step up from 2024 to 2025. So I expect him to take another leap as well. I think his wide receiver room is solid. Could you add a Stephon Diggs to this room? Maybe, sure. But I think as of right now, I think the wide receiver room is young, talented, and has a lot of upside. So I like that a lot. Travis Burke, the 17th pick in the 4th round. It's the second of 3 4th-round picks. I like this one a lot too because they need some tackle depth. Because once the 2 starters went down, they didn't have much behind them. So at least Travis Burke at minimum could be a good swing tackle. And I think that's someone you should be able to pick up in the 4th round. And that's exactly what they did. Genesis Smith, I love his game. He's a ball hawk. He's a guy who not the best tackler in the world, but he's serviceable enough as a tackler. He can play free or strong. And I love his game. Nick Burnett. I don't know the other guy. I don't know about 2 offensive guards in the 6th round. I won't you talk about them like that. But Nick Barrett is solid too. He's cool. South Carolina, like another space eating defensive tackle. And they lose. They didn't lose Tart, but they could probably some depth behind them too. So I like what I saw from the Chargers this offseason. This draft was solid. 6 of the 8 picks I know of. They were pretty good. I don't know about the 2 offensive guard guys. If you're Chargers fans, you can comment down below what you guys think about the you guys' back end of the draft class. But I like what I saw from the Chargers last year in the regular season. Unfortunately, they didn't have the offensive depth on the line wise to get through the wild card game, and Justin Herbert played like crap. Justin Herbert might play better in the playoffs. I do think it's a playoff team. I don't know how far they will go, but Justin has to play better in the playoffs. They want to do anything. If you continue to kind of, fold in the postseason, they're going to go nowhere quick, fast, in a hurry. So that's the one thing I'm looking at. I'm not really caring about the regular season like that for the Chargers. I believe they are a playoff team. They're definitely one of the 7 best teams in the AFC. I don't think there's 7 teams better than the Los Angeles Chargers in the AFC. So, yeah, we'll see about them. Let's get next to the Kansas City Chiefs. Their biggest addition to me is their 1st-round pick, Mansour Delane. They did lose both their starting corners. They traded Chuck McDuffie to the Los Angeles Rams for a 1st-round pick and more. And Jalen Watson did walk in free agency. Also did pick up Kenneth Walker III from the Seattle Seahawks to be their starting running back at a nice little piece of change per year at $15 million per year. They had a really solid draft, I think, as well. I think this entire division killed the draft. I think all of them did really well with the 2026 NFL draft. I think they all did really well. Uh, let's look at that draft class. Speaking of, so I'm gonna go seventh round, the first rounder. So they pick Garrett Nussmeier with the 249th pick. I think that's cool. I think that's cool value. He actually been probably a top 100 pick. He came out a year before, but so I think that's a cool pickup. I like it a lot actually as well. Cyrus Allen, a guy that full command. Shout out to Grant Mitchell on his channel. Go subscribe to him if you haven't done so. Shout out to Grant Mitchell from the Full Command Show, another Commanders content creator. We talked about Cyrus Allen, one of our mock drafts, and we love this game. And I think he fits that, like, not Tyreek Hill, but kind of like that Debo Samuel type of, like, jet sweeps type of guy. Um, Very, very well. Emmett Johnson, the running back out of Nebraska, I love that pickup as well. I think that's going to really help the running back room along with Kenneth Walker. They did also lose Isaiah Pacheco to the Lions in free agency, so I think they have a brand new running back room, and I think they need a new running back room. Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco, we're not cutting it. Jadon Kennedy out of Oregon, I think this is a good pick here with a slide to play safety. I love that pickup. R. Mason Thomas, edge rush out of Oklahoma. They need some pass rush help. Let's call it what it is. Chris Jones is getting up there. He's getting up there in age. And it's time to go ahead and find guys who can help rush the passer that's not Chris Jones. And he gets double teamed all the time. Peter Woods, defensive tackle at Clemson. I think this is good value. I think if you drafted Peter Woods in the top 20, you've been kind of tripping. If you drafted him late in the first round, early second round, I think that's the perfect value for where he need to be drafted at. I love his run game ability to knife through gaps and stop the run game. I love the fact that he can two gap as well. And also my number one quality about him is his power. His power is ridiculous. He gets you out the way. And if he can do it at the next level, I think he'll be great next to Chris Jones and eventually take his spot as a defensive tackle team. And fine man for Delane. The ball skills are great. The cover skills are great. His stickiness is his number one quality. He's very sticky to receivers. Like he don't allow receivers to create separation. So that's the best part of his game and trend most of the NFL. So good draft class for the Chiefs. I believe Chiefs are a fringe playoff team. We'll see how Mahomes looks. If Mahomes is out any significant time beyond like week one, I'm like, Justin Fields their backup quarterback. I think he could play week one. After that, you're gonna need Patrick Mahomes if you really want to make the playoffs. Maybe if you get through the first 2 weeks of the season, max. But beyond that, you're gonna need Patrick Mahomes very, very soon. He's just too important to his team to not be on the field. So if they have Patrick Mahomes for 17 games, I do think this team like 6-7 seed in the AFC playoffs. But we'll see. If they're not, they're probably the first team out of the playoff picture, if you ask me. Then finally, the Raiders. The Raiders, they spent the number one pick on Fernando Mendoza. They're not making the playoffs. I think this team like a 6-win team. They did pick up Kirk Cousins in free agency. They picked up Jalen Naylor in free agency as well. They paid Tyler Lindenbaum a bad. They darn near sold the entire essence for Tyler Lindenbaum. The Steinway Walker and Walker. Oh, N'Kobe Dean. And N'Kobe Dean as well. They did a lot. Like this Raiders offseason has been crazy. They traded for Teron Johnson from the Bills as well. They signed Tyler Lindenbaum, signed Kirk Cousins, signed Kwity Paye, signed Quay Walker, signed N'Kobe Dean. They brought back Eric Stokes. They brought back Malcolm Kuntz, and they also signed Matt Gay as well. I mean, they traded Tyree Wilson away to New Orleans Saints for a 7th-round pick, and changed for a 5th-round pick in the 2026 NFL draft. They drafted Traden Stukes, the safety. I like his game a lot. Trey Zoom the third, the guard. I think he's going to translate really well to left or right guard. they put Fernando Mendoza will be the franchise quarterback of this team going forward eventually. So I think it's probably a 6-win team, though. I don't really see more than 6 wins on their schedule. Uh, I might do like a full-on game-to-game prediction probably in August, but as of right now, I see the Raiders as a 6 to 7 win team max. I see the Chiefs probably just missing the playoffs or being the 7th seed. I see the Chargers being a very, very solidified playoff team. And I think that the Broncos should be competing for the #1 seed in the AFC playoff. What says you about the AFC West? Comment down again below how you feel about the AFC West. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Put over to 20, subscribe, hit the share button. Thank you guys so much for that in advance. And I'll catch you guys in the video. Blessings.